If a motorist sees pedestrians in an upcoming crosswalk, what should the motorist do? A. Continue ahead. The motorist has the right of way. B. Wait for the pedestrians to cross the street. C. Pull to the right and go around the pedestrians. B. Wait for the pedestrians to cross the street. A driver must yield the right of way to a pedestrian within a crosswalk. The driver should wait until the intersection is clear to proceed. This road sign means A. Sharp turn to the right ahead. B. Upcoming sharp left and right turns. C. Winding road ahead. C. Winding road ahead. Warning signs are usually yellow with black markings. This sign warns the driver that there is an upcoming winding road. Speed should be adjusted appropriately. Only fill in the blank can lower blood alcohol concentration, BAC, and reduce alcohol's effects on a body. A. Drinking caffeine. B. Eating foods high in fat. C. Time. C. Time. The only way to sober up after drinking alcohol is to allow time for your body to eliminate the alcohol in your system. Nothing you can do, including eating and drinking, can accelerate this process. If there is no crosswalk and you see a pedestrian crossing your lane, you should A. Make sure the pedestrian can see you before proceeding. B. Cautiously drive around the pedestrian. C. Stop and let the pedestrian finish crossing. C. Stop and let the pedestrian finish crossing. Drivers must always yield the right of way to pedestrians in the roadway, even if there is not a marked crosswalk.
Want to ace your DMV test? Click on the link below and get your guaranteed cheat sheet.
This sign means A. You can travel in either direction in this lane. B. There is two-way traffic. C. You are approaching a divided highway. B. There is two-way traffic. This sign warns of two-way traffic. Children on bicycles should be given extra space by motor vehicle operators because A. They do not have the same physical reflexes as adults. B. They are smaller and more difficult to see than adults. C. Both of the above. C. Both of the above. Children are often the least predictable pedestrians and the most difficult pedestrians to see. Take extra care to look out for children, especially near schools, bus stops, playgrounds, parks, and ice cream trucks. Be aware of children riding bikes on the sidewalk, as they may come onto the road unexpectedly. To enter a gap in highway traffic. A. Watch only the vehicles behind the gap. B. Check behind you, then watch the vehicle ahead. C. Speed up and let the other vehicles make way. B. Check behind you, then watch the vehicle ahead. Whenever you want to change lanes or enter traffic, you must be sure that there are no vehicles in your way in the lane you want to enter. Always check for traffic to the side of and behind your vehicle before you change lanes. When driving at night on a dimly lit street, you should A. Drive slowly enough that you can stop within the area illuminated by your headlights. B. Turn on your high beam headlights to better see the vehicles ahead of you. C. Keep the instrument panel lights bright to be more visible to other drivers. A. Drive slowly enough that you can stop within the area illuminated by your headlights. You should drive more slowly at night than during the day because it is not possible to see as far ahead at night. You should make sure that you can stop within the area illuminated by your headlights. Blue traffic signs offer information on A. Motorist services. B. Construction and maintenance. C. Mileage information, such as distances to specific locations. A. Motorist services. Blue signs on the roadway are service signs. They are used to provide information about motorist services, such as upcoming rest areas, food options, or nearby hospitals. Having a driver license is a right, not a privilege. B. Privilege, not a right. C. Requirement. B. Privilege, not a right. Holding a driver license is not a right. It is a privilege that must be earned and maintained. When approaching a person who is crossing the street while using a white cane or guide dog, you should A. Stop until the person is well away from your path of travel. B. Honk your horn as you proceed past them. C. Carefully drive around them. A. Stop until the person is well away from your path of travel. When approaching a pedestrian who is using a white cane or guide dog while crossing the street, you must stop until the person is well away from your path of travel. Always yield the right of way to blind pedestrians. When adjusting the driver's seat for good driving posture, set the seat in an upright position with your body about how far from the steering wheel? A. 6 to 8 inches. B. 10 to 12 inches. C. 18 to 24 inches. B. 10 to 12 inches. Whether or not your vehicle has an airbag, your body should be 10 to 12 inches back from the steering wheel. This will reduce the risk of serious head and neck injuries in the event of a collision. A pedestrian starts to cross the street after the "Don't walk" signal begins to flash. The pedestrian is in the middle of the street when your signal light changes to green. You should A. Proceed if you have the right of way. B. Proceed if the pedestrian is not in your lane. C. Wait until the pedestrian crosses the street before proceeding. C. Wait until the pedestrian crosses the street before proceeding. At a green light, you must give the right of way to any vehicle, bicyclist, or pedestrian in the intersection. If a pedestrian begins crossing the street after the traffic signal light starts flashing, wait until they have crossed the street before proceeding. Temporary signs used in construction and maintenance work areas. A. Have a red background with green writing. B. Have an orange background with black writing. C. Have a yellow background with blue writing. B. Have an orange background with black writing. All temporary signs in work zones have orange backgrounds with black writing and/or symbols. This symbol is used for A. Dangerous intersections. B. Slow-moving vehicles. C. Yield signs. B. Slow-moving vehicles. A reflective orange triangle on the rear of a vehicle means it travels only at slow speeds. You may see this sign on roadwork equipment, farm vehicles, or horse-drawn wagons and carriages. It appears as a solid orange triangle during the day and a hollow red triangle at night. This sign means A. Stop. B. Merge. C. Upcoming change in direction. A. Stop. An 8-sided red sign means stop. This sign means A. No passing zone. B. Slow moving vehicle. C. Two-way traffic. A. No passing zone. A triangular yellow sign with black lettering indicates a no passing zone. It will appear on the left side of a two-way, two-lane roadway at the beginning of an area where prohibitive pavement markings are also used. You should not make sudden stops in front of large trucks and buses because A. Small vehicle drivers cannot adequately see large trucks and buses in their rear-view mirrors. B. Large trucks and buses, due to their size and weight, require longer distances to stop than smaller passenger vehicles. C. Large trucks and buses travel at a higher speeds than small vehicles. B. Large trucks and buses, due to their size and weight, require longer distances to stop than smaller passenger vehicles. Large vehicles require longer distances to stop and accelerate than smaller vehicles do. Making a sudden stop in front of a large vehicle is dangerous because the other driver may not be able to stop in time to avoid a collision. Roads with double solid yellow line markings down the center indicate that passing is A. Allowed from both directions. B. Allowed only from your direction of travel. C. Not allowed from either direction. Signs with orange backgrounds are A. General warning signs. B. Construction and maintenance warning signs. C. Regulatory signs. B. Construction and maintenance warning signs. The color orange is used only for construction and maintenance warning signs. You may cross double yellow lines to pass another vehicle if the A. Vehicle in front of you moves to the right to let you pass. B. Yellow line next to your side of the road is broken. C. Yellow line next to the opposite side of the road is broken. B. Yellow line next to your side of the road is broken. A broken yellow line in the center of the road indicates that traffic next to the broken yellow line may pass, if it is safe to do so. This road sign means A. Do not enter. B. No parking. C. No U-turn. C. No U-turn. This sign prohibits drivers from making a U-turn. You cannot turn around to go in the opposite direction at an intersection where this sign is posted. This sign means A. Slow down, curving road ahead. B. Slow down and do not use your brakes. C. Slow down, slippery when wet. C. Slow down, slippery when wet. This sign warns that the road ahead becomes slippery when wet. This sign means A. Merge. B. Winding road ahead. C. Reserved parking for persons with disabilities. A. Merge. This sign warns that two lanes of traffic going the same direction will soon merge into one lane. This sign means A. Yield sign ahead. B. Side road entering from left. C. Stop sign ahead. A. Yield sign ahead. This sign indicates that there is a yield sign ahead. You should begin to slow down when you see this warning sign. When driving in work zones, you should A. Increase your speed to get through the zone as quickly as possible. B. Reduce your speed and be prepared to stop suddenly. C. Maintain your normal speed the whole way through the zone. B. Reduce your speed and be prepared to stop suddenly. When entering and driving through a work zone, slow down and be prepared to stop. Obey posted speed limits and be alert to conditions around you. Workers could be present. This road sign means A. No right turn. B. No U-turns. C. No left turn. A. No right turn. Regulatory signs provide notice to road users of traffic laws and must be obeyed. Where this sign is posted, making a right turn is prohibited. The child restraint law requires all children under the age of fill in the blank to be placed in an approved child restraint device while in a moving vehicle. A. 3. B. 2. C. 4. C. 4. When in a moving vehicle, a child under 1 year old, or weighing less than 20 pounds, must be in a child passenger restraint system that is facing the rear of the car. Children who are between 1 and 3 years old, and who weigh more than 20 pounds, must be in a child passenger restraint system that is facing forward. Children who are between 4 and 8 years old, and under 4 feet 9 inches tall, must be in a belt positioning booster seat system and wearing a seat belt. Which of the following blocks the smooth flow of traffic? A. Slowing down to look at collision scene. B. Avoiding unnecessary lane changes. C. Using public transportation instead of your vehicle. A. Slowing down to look at collision scene. Rubbernecking, the practice of slowing down to look at collisions or other out-of-the-ordinary things, contributes to traffic congestion and should be avoided. The 2-second rule holds true when driving at A. Speeds up to 30 miles per hour. B. Any speed. C. Speeds up to 55 miles per hour. B. Any speed. The 2-second rule holds true when driving at any speed on state and U.S. highways with moderate speed limits. However, during inclement weather, interstate highway driving, and night driving, your following distance should be increased to a minimum of 4 seconds to supplement the increased stopping distances.